Hi, fight fans. It's Michelle Joy Phelps with BehindTheGloves.com and in association today with iFilm London. We're also doing a double interview.
Hello, Coogan.
Hey, Coogie Bear. I'm here with Brian Rose. We're in New York. We're in Brooklyn right now, where he's set to face Demetrius Andrade June the 14th right here at the Barclays Center. How are we feeling?
Feel great. You know, preparation's been great. I'm focused. I'm ready. You know, I've never been so mentally prepared for a fight. Never been so physically prepared. I just can't wait to get in there and do it now. It's an amazing place. I've never boxed at a venue like it, so I'm going to enjoy the experience as well as do the job on the night.
Have you ever fought on this level in America?
I haven't, no. I've never fought outside the UK as a professional. Travelled all over the world as an amateur, so that doesn't faze me. You know, being away from home doesn't faze me. It's going to be a big crowd, but I'm just going to enjoy it. There's no pressure on my shoulders. There's lots of pressure on Demetrius Andrade's shoulders. You know, he's put himself on this pedestal, saying he's going to knock me out. So he's got to live up to it. You know, we're going to see how good Demetrius Andrade is on Saturday night, and I don't think he is that good. You know, there's no doubt he's a world-class opponent, but I don't think he's as good as he makes out.
He's more of a boxer, puncher. Is there anything that you did in particular during this training camp to work on your power?
To be honest, I've never relied on my power. I've always relied on my speed, my defence, and my timing. And it's always been second to none. You know, I always said when I get stepped up in opponents, I'll step up in class, and that's what I've done. I was tipped to get knocked out by Javier Maciel, and he couldn't do it. I stepped up, come through that, and I'll step up again on Saturday night. That's going to be the difference between me and Demetrius Andrade is I've learnt so much throughout my career. I've had the ups and the downs. I've been knocked out myself. To come back from a knockout, you can come back from anything, and that's going to be the difference on Saturday. I can promise you I'm going back to the UK with that world title.
I love the confidence. Who is it that in particular that you've sparred with during this training camp? I've
sparred with loads of undefeated fighters from the UK, ones that you probably won't know about. Done loads of technical sparring with Terry Flanagan, Adam Ishmael, the undefeated fighters that you get 3 or 4 good rounds out of, and then another one gets in. So I've had it tough for the last 12 weeks. I don't want to be lacing up a pair of gloves for at least 2 or 3 weeks after this.
So you're repping the UK all the way out this way. You got Eddie Hearn coming in here somewhere at some point, repping Matchroom Sport. How does it feel to be here and to experience something like this?
It's a dream come true for me. I started boxing at the age of 9. And from a little boy, I wanted to be British champion. I'd have been happy with a Lonsdale belt, British champion, and now from winning a British title, I've defended it 3 times. I own that outright. That's my son's Oscars. I've stepped up to world level, and now I'm fighting for a world title. So I feel blessed. You know, I'm here. I'm going to enjoy the experience, but I'm not here to make up the numbers. I'm here to do a job and take that world title back home.
But it just goes to show, with enough dedication and hard work, you can end up here.
Definitely, and that's what it boils down to. I've refused to not give up. There was times in my career when I have give up, and people have convinced me to get back into it. Getting knocked out was the lowest point in my career, and I didn't see a way back. And I've picked myself up, brushed myself off, and I'm here at the Barclays Center fighting for a world title against a world-class opponent. It doesn't get better than this.
So let's talk about that. You had a minor career setback. An opponent that you faced went into a medically induced coma. What did that do mentally? Like, where are you mentally today?
I mean, after that fight, everyone knows that I boxed 7 months after that. I wasn't ready. You know, I got knocked out myself. It was my first defeat. I wasn't mentally ready to get back in the ring. So from then, step by step, I've worked with psychologists and got to the stage where I am now. But it's not been an overnight thing. It's been step by step, growing in confidence, and like I say, I've never been so mentally prepared. I know that night wasn't my fault, and the trouble with it was I was blaming myself for someone badly injured, and it's just a job, you know. It could have happened to me. So,
do you think that scaled you back from wanting to use power?
Most definitely. That was my main problem. I was scared of hurting people. A lot of fighters would just say, you know, brush it off and say it's just my job, but I'm nicer than that. You know, I couldn't deal with it.
But they wouldn't understand that until they're in that position, right? Until you've been in the place where you know that someone that you fought was in a coma.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the thing that got to me was he had kids, he had a wife. He's recently split up with his wife because of his mental issues. So I used to blame myself for that, but now I'm in a position where for the last 2-3 years I haven't blamed myself. I've cut ties, which is my psychologist has told me to cut ties with the family, and I've had to do that to carry on my career. So I'm in a position now where my mind's clear. I've never been so mentally prepared for a fight. And I'm physically ready. You know, I couldn't have done anything any better than I have. I had no injuries. I've got no excuse. If Andrade beats me on Saturday, hats off to him, because this is the fittest Brian Rose you're going to get.
Well, look, I really appreciate you taking the time. Do you have a Twitter account you want to give the fans a shout out?
Yeah, thanks to all your support back in the UK, and hopefully going to gain a few fans in New York too. You know, you beautiful people. Thanks for all your support. Follow me on Brian_Lion_Rose on Twitter. Instagram is the same. Thanks for all your support, for getting behind me, and safe flights today and safe flights tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye, Coogan.
Bye, Cougie Bear.